You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focused Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fab, so you're Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust? If you've got some questions about your fantasy squad,
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
What up, world? This is FishnFrank here with Get Right Fantasy Network, coming back at you another Monday night here. We just got watching the Cowboys put a whooping on the Raiders there. 33-16 was the final score. So it was really nice the Cowboys do that. Albeit, off of an emotional win there. And having that the player, basically commit suicide this last week here, so it's crazy. But yeah, we're here, rocking it out here. Let's see what we got going on as far as we got top waiver wire ads this week. I'm gonna go over some news and injury, and then go over the waiver wire here. But yeah, let's see what you guys got going on today. Any new plays, new stats, new outcomes coming on your teams? I had a pretty good week coming up. I think I only had one loss in this week, so it was not too bad. Pretty happy about my totals this week. Can't wait for the fantasy playoffs to come on. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let's get this thing started here. Just kind of go over our show rundown real quick, let you guys know what we got going on here at Get Right Fantasy on a weekly basis. We got Tuesdays going on with the extra point here with Phil at 7:30. Wednesdays night we do the roster management buy sell trade show, but not too much trades going on anymore. I think the trade deadline's done most leagues there. So we got Friday, we got this Q&A, sit start QA. So that's just right before the weekend here, just to make sure all the injuries are in and check out who we got going on. And then Sunday morning we got Mike holding out the active inactives, just last minute sit starts that you need for the week here. So yeah, let me know what you guys got going on here for tonight. How are your guys' teams faring? Are you guys heading into the playoffs? Who are you looking to pick up or hold here? There's a lot of injuries this week, so I'll get to that in a second here. But yeah, we always have those super chats available. So if you guys feel so inclined to support the channel, please do help us out. We'll definitely spend more time on your questions, and always get to you guys at the live Q&A portion here. So we got Week 12 buys coming up. Looking at Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers, Miami Dolphins, and Washington Commanders. The Broncos and Chargers present quite a few starting lineups on most people's teams. Miami's sprinkled in there. There's some, not so much in Washington side here, but it should be a good week to go out because there was a lot of waiver wire movement going on this week. Just kind of want to go over some of the top performances here of this weekend, just kind of change some things up. Raylan Marie here saying, what's up? Hi, how are we doing tonight? Yeah. We had Josh Allen leads the quarterbacks in scoring, dominant 6 touchdown performance. That's incredible. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 317 yards. Wow, that's crazy, right? Coming in at number 2 was Jacoby Brissett there for the Cardinals, coming in over here in the spotlight. And he had 2 good weeks now, 452 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Coming in at number 3, we had Bryce Young, Panthers, 448 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. My guy, Drake May here, coming in at number 4, 281 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. And finally, rounding up the top 5, here's Bo Nix with 295 passing yards. So it's crazy. So many yards going around. Look at that, 6 touchdowns in one game. I hope you guys weren't facing him because that's crazy. I know that I wasn't facing Josh Allen, thank God, so I was able to survive some of my games mostly because of that. As far as the running backs are concerned, Sean Tucker, surprise performance of the week, scoring 3 touchdowns. For the Buccaneers, he seems to be taking the role there away from Rachaad White, but it's kind of murky there because what if Bucky Irving comes back, then what kind of usage is he's going to see? He's definitely a waiver wire ad, but that kind of concerns me with Bucky coming back, or when he does come back, what's going to be his usage. At the very least, you get one good game out of him, so that's not a bad deal. You got Travion Henderson finally getting in his zone, 3 touchdowns, 93 total yards. Bijan Robinson here for 111 yards and a touchdown. Coming in number 4, Kenneth Gainwell. Obviously, after the injury there, he came in basically just to kind of cover up. I don't have the stats. I have the stats a little further down here. I'll get back to those. And then lastly, rounding up the top 5 is Devon Achane here, just getting up to 21.5 fantasy points as well. He's just been consistent touches, scoring over 10 fantasy points per game this season. So those are the top 5 here for running backs. So let's get it going on here with the wide receivers. Tedder McMillan here, massive game against the Falcons defense. And 8 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase and the Spagate there. Just throwing up some crazy numbers, but I do believe he's going to have a 1-game suspension. We got Puka Nacua continuing to find the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown just did not have the greatest of week. CeeDee Lamb throwing up some great numbers tonight. He just keeps on rocking it. This is some of the top performances of the week there for the wide receivers. Tight ends was just as great with Trey McBride. Brock Bowers having a decent night. George Kittle seems to great numbers still. Jake Ferguson doing his thing, as well as Dallas Goedert. So those are the top guys here that we have in fantasy, at least this week. I got to get all the stats for all these guys, but let's move it on. Let's get to see what we got for injuries here. Hey, how's it going? How's it going tonight? How's you guys fantasy teams looking? What's your records? Are you heading into the playoffs? Obviously, you're still watching. And did I see the Bears game? I seen parts of it. I've seen parts of the Bears game. I always watch, the red zone, so I'm always catching some of the highlights on this game. So, I guess you're a Bears fan. We got quite a few Bears fans over here in the Fantasy Network, including Kendall there, and we also got Evans here, a new guy that we have here. It should be coming on the shows here pretty soon. So injuries coming into week 12 here. We had a lot of major guys. I kind of just run them down real quick. Josh Jacobs here with the knee injury, contusion. So he's, day to day. It could miss week 12. The backup Emmanuel Wilson had an incredible day. Would be the primary beneficiary and top waiver ad. So definitely look at backup Emmanuel Wilson. Drake London, PCL sprain. Another should be expected to miss week 12. I'm telling you, this guy's good 1 week, out the other next week. He's just injury prone here. So, anyways, this absence creates more opportunities. Kyle Pitts and Darnell Mooney. So take a look at those. But the wide receiver also went down. I mean, the quarterback also went down there for Atlanta, and Michael Penix Jr. So that'll give Kirk Cousins an opportunity to start throwing the ball over there. He got placed on injury reserve and could be out for the season for Michael Penix. So we got to keep an eye on that. So Kirk Cousins is definitely waiver wire ad if you need somebody as a starting quarterback, because he's taken over there in Atlanta. They've been doing pretty good all right this year. Another guy went down, Jaylen Warren, Pittsburgh's running back. He had an ankle issue, but didn't get the game. He could return if needed, as he expected to be a game. But Kendall Gainwell became the primary back of the game, and if should he miss this anytime, Kendall Gainwell is the guy to have. Calvin Ridley, broken fibula. He's out for the remainder of the season. All the guys that had Calvin Ridley, it's a tough sign. something to happen, but you got to go through these injuries. Aaron Rodgers has a fractured wrist, but it's not in a throwing wrist, so he could miss some time. If not, Mason Rudolph would start in his place. Lastly, Marvin Harrison Jr. Still appendicitis. He's been out for Week 11, likely undergoing surgery. So Michael Wilson and Michael Carter received the increase of in touches. Michael Wilson is the main guy there to go be picking up on waiver wires. Bucky Irving should be back, hopefully, because he's been out since Week 4. But it's still uncertain for Week 12, so they haven't said if he is or isn't. So Sean Tucker could be your guy over there. Lastly, we got Dylan Gabriel, the Cleveland Browns concussion. So another guy went down. I do believe Shedeur Sanders took the start over there. The Browns did not look good either. So it's tough sledding, but at least there's a lot of waiver wire action this week. Definitely should be, getting the plenty of guys available on your waiver wire to put in your lineups right for here this next week, especially with these bye weeks coming up and things like that, and with all the major injuries. So you definitely have to go pick some of these guys up. So yeah, it's time to pay some bills here with Get Right Fantasy. Let you know we are sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. It's the best place to play some daily fantasy pick 'em contest where you simply pick higher and lower on player stats and total yards and touchdowns. We also use them for the best ball tournaments at the beginning of the season. They're the best place to play. You use our code Underdog Get Right. I'm sorry, use our code Get Right. You play 5, you get 100 in bonus entries right now. That's the current promo they have. Here's the states that they're available in. If you're not one of these states, don't worry about it. But you definitely go check out Underdog Fantasy. Go to underdogfantasy.com or just get the app. I love it. It's a lot of fun to be playing on there. They give you a good deal right there as well. So check out their daily the pick'em contest. They're really good. Again, use promo code Get Right. So yeah, that's got to pay the bills here, as I mentioned. Let's get into the top waiver wire ads here for the week. But give me a second. I need a drink. All right, guys. So let's get into the waiver wire ads. As far as quarterbacks concerned, second week in a row, Jacoby Brissett with Arizona, taking over there. He's throwing up some solid QB1 numbers right now. Over 450 yards in Week 11, and I'm averaging about 20 fantasy points in his 5 starts this season. He's 452 yards, 2 touchdowns this last week versus the 49ers defense. Albeit to losing effort, he's still able to get some good numbers up there. So that's an important sign that he's basically kind of matchup proof. You want to look at it that way. He'll still be throwing from behind, so he'll get you those numbers that you need fantasy wise. Bryce Young here coming in at 448 yards and 3 touchdowns, 31.8 fantasy points. High side streaming option after his best performance of the season. And then he faces difficult matchups in Week 12 against the 49ers. So you just see what Jacoby Brissett did against the Niners, though. So they obviously be playing from behind to kind of throw into, in garbage time at that point, but it is what it is, right? But, I think that the Carolina Panthers is a little bit better than Arizona, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Lastly, Tyler Shue, New Orleans. It's just desperation ad. If you're, needed somebody for the bye week at the position, Shue could produce, some numbers: 282 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last game here against Carolina, 18.98 fantasy points. So it's not a bad, bye week replacement type guy. Not somebody you want to keep going forward with. At the running back position, we got Emmanuel Wilson, Green Bay. As we mentioned, Josh Jacobs went down. And we're not sure how long he's going to be out, but definitely look at Emmanuel Wilson, 11 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown against the Giants there. So definitely a top waiver wire ad for this week. Sean Tucker as well. He went 19 for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 34 yards and a touchdown. So total of 3 touchdowns. Got the hat trick in there. But yeah, he just busted on the scene here with Bucky Irving down, and Rachaad White not doing enough to keep his share. I mean, this guy just dropped it out there. So it's gonna be crazy to see what happens when Bucky Irving does come back. But like I said, doesn't look like he may be back next week. So at least you got Sean Tucker for at least 1 week, right? So that's excellent numbers to have for at least 1 week. So check him out. Warrior Loft is in here. What's up, man? What's up, man? Just reading the stats here. Thanks all in advance. I won this week. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like I said, I think I only got one loss this week. Should have been in second place going into this week, but this dude beat me in our first match. I beat him today. Oh, nice. That was the rematch. There you go. I had the same kind of situation. I had one of the guys that beat me earlier, but he's talking crazy. I'm not doing too well in that league, but I should be coming back. Oh, I need a couple more games. I mean, literally, I'm only 1 game behind everybody. They're all like 5-5 teams right now in that league. There's more 5-5 teams than anything else. So it gives me opportunity to come back. I only like 1 game back now. So yeah, Kenneth Gainwell, as I mentioned here, here taking over with Jalen Warren, got injured here. Take a look at him. Kenneth Gainwell, 42% owned. He went 9 for 24 yards, 7 receptions, 81 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Again, Jalen Warren should be out a while, so you got to keep an eye on it. But he's definitely a must-add here for Week 12. Only 42% owned. And lastly, Chris Rodriguez, Washington, 12% owned. He went 15 to 79 yards, because Ja'Cory Carson-Merrick, was the guy for a little while. Now it's looked like Chris Rodriguez is taking the lead role over there in the Washington backfield, but they are on a bye in Week 12. So, it's, just kind of wait till after the week, see if he comes back. Another guy I just want to throw the bone at here is Basil Tootin. 30% rostered. He went 15 to 74 and 1 touchdown, but he's been just sharing a lot of time with Travis Etienne lately, but he's been getting more out snapping him from the 72 to 26 snap share that they had before, up to 41.9 to 55.8 snap share. So definitely almost a 50-50 snap share now. But he did suffer an ankle injury and he left the game, so it's worth noting. So that's why I kind of put him at the end here, because you don't want to pick up a waiver wire guy that's already injured. You can't even play him anyways. It'd be a waste of a waiver wire. So maybe wait till he's healthier if you want to hold on to him in hopes that he gets better soon. Maybe you missed a week, but at least you already have him on your roster, right? Now we're going to come in here, take a look at our wide receivers here. I'll kind of run through here some of these, but let me know if you guys have any questions. How you guys doing out there? It was a pretty good week here. Again, so many injuries, had so many opportunities for these players to come back. But Michael Wilson here for Arizona Cardinals, 47% owned, 15 receptions, 185 yards against the San Francisco 49ers there. Basically look really good. Now that Marvin Harris is down and Zay Jones, it's basically giving Wilson the top receiving option there in Arizona, where Harrison's out, and Jacoby Brissett seems to like him a lot, and he's just slinging the ball. So he's good waiver wire ad, definitely a top priority. Darnell Mooney here, he went three receptions for 41 yards, and he could be a top beneficiary here with Derek London out with the PCL sprain. Let's see how long he misses, but Mooney should move into the wide receiver 1 position over there with the Falcons. And again, the new quarterback coming in here, and Kirk Cousins, because Michael Penix is also injured as well. So you got to take a look at what's going on over there. Christian Watson had a good week this week with Green Bay Packers, 34% owned, 4 receptions, 46 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he's widely available. And he's been getting pretty productive the last 2 weeks here. So he's a high upside flex play. Lastly, Xavier Legette had a nice touchdown, 4 receptions, 83 yards. And he had provided a huge boost there for the Panthers there, the overtime win. So he's definitely a higher upside stash in deeper leagues. So take a look at him. So those are the top 5. That's 4 of guys. Top 4 wide receivers here for the week. Definitely let me know if you have any questions on those guys. But those are the guys I'd be definitely picking up, especially to Michael Wilson, who seems to be like the de facto number 1 over there for right now. And he's throwing up some really, really good numbers. Christian Watson, I wouldn't mind holding on to, more of a flex place guy. And I think Darnell Mooney has really high upside just moving into the spot that he has. Drake London's always out. So, I mean, you already know when you're going to start him, when you're not going to start him. So at least it's easy in that sense. coming into the tight end position here, we got Dalton Schultz here with Houston, 49% owned, 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Excellent streaming option as well. With just Brissett. Give me some old numbers here. It's mentioning Brissett here at the Houston, but it's not even there anymore. Juwan Johnson, 45% owned, 4 receptions for 55 yards. He's been on here for quite a while. He's just, a good, reliable, low-end tight end. If you need him for, bye week or something like that, definitely the kind of guy that you want to be able to put in there. And lastly, Colston Loveland, 3 receptions for 38 yards. He's just, hit or miss on this guy. He'll have a high and a low, but you basically got a low floor for him. So yeah, those are the top guys here we have this week. Let me know if you guys got any comments, questions, you guys want to talk about anything, what we got going on here this week. Kind of want to go through, rewind up and take a look at the top guys here for the week though. Again, we have Denver Broncos out on bye week, Los Angeles Chargers, Miami Dolphins, and Washington Commanders, with injuries to just a slew of players. You know what I mean? We were talking about Josh Jacobs with the knee, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Drake London with the pre-CL sprain. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix with the knee. Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jaylen Warren with the ankle. Tennessee Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley with the fibula. There's just a slew of injuries, So, there's plenty of guys that get step up with the next man up. As we just mentioned, you can see Emmanuel Wilson taking his place, Darnell Mooney here in place of Drake London, Kirk Cousins in place of Michael Penix. We're looking at, I maybe forget the guy's name, Jaylen Warren here, and getting replaced by, I keep mind spelling his name, Kendall Gainwell, spelling him. So those are the top guys here that we got. I'll definitely get the video out here in a little bit, but yeah, let me know if you guys got any other questions on that. If not, it's a good show tonight. I kind of went kind of fast, but I just want to kind of go over these guys. If you guys got any chats you guys want to talk about, let me know. If not, I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. Peace out.